Tonight we report on a proposal to tax drivers for how many miles they drive and a prison sentence for a man who attacked people with a knife in an Ifiber bar. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Moses Lake girls basketball picks up a big win at home last night, and the Chiefs swim and dive team places second at a home try meet. Here's a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
As we get closer to the weekend, we will continue to have an active weather pattern. For this weekend, we'll see rain and snow. I'm Cristina Sanchez, and I'll have your extended forecast just ahead.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on Ifiber One News.
From the Ifiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is Ifiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is Ifiber One News, and it starts now.
Charging Washington drivers for how many miles they drive is meeting resistance in at least one Eastern Washington legislative district. The state legislature expected to consider spending between $2 million and $6 million to study a different way to charge for road maintenance in the state. The proposal is to charge for mileage in addition to the state's 37 cents per gallon gas tax. Senator-elect Judy Warnick said she mentioned the proposal during a Moses Lake Chamber of Commerce meeting last week, and people unanimously responded they didn't want it. The increase of more fuel-efficient vehicles on the roads prompted the state legislature to begin to look at other ways to fund road construction and improvements. The legislature tasked the commission to begin looking at whether it was feasible to start charging drivers for how far they drive, rather than charging them at the pump. The commission is asking for money from a state which is facing a revenue shortfall next year. The governor asked agencies to prepare for a 15% budget cut prior to his budget proposal this week. Warnick said the state likely can't afford it. A Christmas display at a Moses Lake home continues to grow each year, so much so the homeowners say they're running out of room. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
Cheryl Coulter admits her Christmas lawn decorations are a little extreme.
The Coulter Crazy Christmas display.
But in the next breath, she says it's okay, looking to her smiling, supportive husband, Alan.
I like the spectacle of the whole thing.
The Coulter display at 2069 South Crestmont Drive in Moses Lake has grown over the years. Alan's only concern is that they will run out of room on their front lawn. Cheryl likes the happy families the display draws.
We call them looky-loos, just the people who drive by or drive real slow, or we even have lately been noticing that they've been stopping and getting out of their car and walking up and down the sidewalk, and a lot more hands-on.
She described how what started small grew into 33 inflatables, including a snowman village.
It started with the candy cane arch. That was kind of what started it off, and I had a candy cane theme, so I had white lights and red lights and a lot of candy canes, and so then I was looking for a candy cane inflatable and found this one on the internet, and had no idea how tall 15 feet really was until I put it up and realized it's as tall as the house.
Cheryl says she will continue to pick up new inflatables, like this year's edition of Barbecue Santa. I'm Jeff Chu for Ifiber One News.
A man is facing 22 years in prison for attacking people with a knife in an Ifiber bar in January. A Grant County jury convicted Larry Belt, a 53-year-old man, with 2 counts of assault in the first degree using a deadly weapon. Belt has 4 previous felony convictions and was sentenced to 22 years in prison. Belt went into Wendy's Steakhouse and Lounge on Division Street on January 3rd. Belt was angry and accused his wife of hiring people to kill him. Belt told the female bartender he would take her out and anyone else who came around before pulling out a knife blade on a multi-tool and threatening to stab her. She escaped. When her husband came to the bar, Belt charged the victim and the 2 men fought. Belt grabbed a steak knife during the fight and cut the victim's neck, hands, and stomach. 2 men came into the tavern and wrestled Belt to the ground. A fire on a utility pole caused several Ephrata homes and businesses to lose power Tuesday evening. The fire started about 5 p.m., according to the Multi-Agency Communications Center dispatchers. It caused several businesses on Basin Street to lose power. The outage includes the area between State Route 28 and Empire Road and from Dodson Road to the Grant County landfill, according to Ifiber One news follower Patrick Walker. PUD spokesman Chuck Allen said crews responded and had power restored in about 2 hours. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break. We'll be right back.